Wildspace, the penultimate frontier. These are the voyages of the 16 Candlekeeps. Our season-long mission: to explore subspace systems, to seek out new NPCs and new encounters, to boldly roll where no one has rolled before.
Hello, and welcome to 16 Candlekeeps, where the 80s pass their death saves. Once again, I am still not Steve Archer. I am in fact Liam Thornton, and I am the Dungeon Master for this mini campaign of Spelljammer Academy. So, hi everyone, how are we? Fantastic. Well, first things first, thank you to everyone who joined us recently for our live game as part of Wolverhampton Literature Festival. You're all wonderful, wonderful people. If you weren't able to make it there in person or catch the stream that they did for us of that, don't worry, the episodes will be released as usual, and that will be coming out after Spelljammer Academy wraps up. Obviously, Jade was unable to attend, so once again, I'd like to say a very big thank you to Jonathan Arnold for stepping in and playing Dunk. Fantastic character and much love there. Very new to the game, though. Hasn't really played much D&D or any other RPGs, so just goes to show this, just, you know, it's never too late to pick up a new game. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one hang in the air there a second.
Just leave that there.
Yep.
Yeah. Moving on.
You can hear the scissors cutting this part out.
Yeah, I tried to get through it with a straight face. So
it was Steve that made me break. Blame Steve.
It's fine. That first bit though is staying the fuck in. Okay. I knew what I was doing on that from the off. Okay. So when last we left off, our Academy heroes had been in the simulation deck after meeting another prospective spelljammer by the name of Micken, and they had to run a few errands to go and collect a logbook from a ship wreckage in simulated space. They faced down electric eels, a meteor-like beholderkin known as an eyemonger, took on a ship of Githyanki with just the best hammerhead action in the world. So many dice were rolled. I felt a little bit annoyed that they were able to get through it that quickly, but also, as always, as every good DM should feel, very proud. And then as they were making their way back, they came across Micken's crew and their ship and had to rescue them as they had run into some problems. The simulation was cut short, however, as an explosion had rung out. The glyphs had all flared and smoke filled the room. So that is where we will pick up today.
Steve, are you just dancing in the background?
anyone who was born in the 90s or around then, every time someone has said eels, I have had season 3 of Mighty Bush in my head. So,
Eels up inside you, finding the
Yeah.
entrance where they can. Yep.
but the full song is playing. I've got the whole little, like, flashing between the Victorian and the dance. Anyway,
Fantastic.
parts of the history and parts of the future mixing together. Anyway, please, excuse me.
So, smoke continues to fill the simulations deck. The explosion has left your ears ringing, and as you try to steady yourselves, you begin to see the devastation that has been caused. Seath Abazine is pinned under debris, with Bosun Tarto attempting to move it. As she does, you see one of Mikken's crewmates lying still on the floor. Mikken himself is sobbing, rocking back and forth, blood pouring from his head. Guards enter and help with the evacuation. As you are guided from the room, you see a glyph fading on the chamber floor. A single black eye. Bosun Tarto stares at it, notices you looking, and orders you back to your quarters. So what would you like to do?
Just scratch of all of my notes. I don't think anyone's going to be able to read them.
It's alright. As long as you can read it and know what happened.
Well, we shall see.
Lost my pen.
Micken, head, lead.
Really helpful.
Go shorter notes instead of full sentences. Okay. So we've been sent to our bunk rather than medical or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd like to just gather the other two and sort of go into a corner where we can talk in private. Do you guys know what happened? Did you see the thing on the floor? Is this all fake? Is this simulation? Are we still in it? Is any of it real? Did it all happen?
I have a couple of questions of my own. But first, out of game, Liam, I have the ability as part of my features to understand all writing. Does that include glyph?
So it's not a language as such. It is. It appears to be a magical sigil. If it was just straight up writing, you would have been able to have read it. However, anyone who wants to make a history check can absolutely do so. Or Arcana.
Let's see. Which one's my better one?
I'm going with the idea that I have no idea what it was.
I'm going to go history, and we shall see. Oh, wait. No, they are the dice. They are. They should not have been the dice I said yes to. Oh my god! Just rolled a 1. So
Ooh.
6.
Okay.
You do not know what it is.
Yep. Unfortunately, you try and think you have. You know, if this was just some kind of writing, you'd be able to understand it. But this appears to just be an arcane glyph or a sigil, something to that effect.
Mm-hmm. And can I clarify, because I can't remember, because I didn't write it properly in my notes, did everybody else hear the voice that in the simulation?
Nope,
Or was
just
it
you.
just me that heard it?
Just you.
Cool. Okay. Right, back into game. I suspect from an experience I had that there was some intervention in our simulation that should not have been there, and a couple of the things that we had to try and avoid were not part of the plan, and therefore I think someone's trying to sabotage the academy, maybe, or infiltrate them at the very least.
What happened to you?
Occasionally I get divine intervention. Can we call it divine interventions? I don't know. Just sometimes every now and then someone just, drops me a little message, and they said that was not part of the plan.
Okay. Well,
And she'll sit there and awkwardly sip a cup of water.
so now what do we do? Is the bigger question. Because if things are going on in a simulation that shouldn't be going on, then there's a problem, right? And people are in danger, I guess. I don't know.
To say this, but the only person that we can actually trust right now is currently dealing with the situation, and that's Tarto. But do you not think maybe it could have something to do with the person that we got in trouble the other?
I mean, I would have hoped we'd have got past that, but it could be that, I suppose. But it just seemed, I don't know. Something really weird is going on, and they want to, and I don't want to sound dramatic, but maybe they want to kill everybody at the Spelljammer Academy. Maybe that's somebody's grand plan. And I don't really want to die. Hadn't factored that in.
Good, because you're not. We made it. We're okay.
Yeah.
Harumph, you're being awfully quiet there.
I have been told off for meddling in things that apparently are being controlled by the Academy. I'm not going to rock the boat any further. If I were to be meddling, though, I would probably go and speak with Mert. He was attacked before this.
He was.
It could either be a separate incident or related.
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe talking with him is a good idea.
Go to him now.
Just something that you will have noticed from the because we finished the simulation and Harumph was very giddy and silly. The moment he saw people lying on the ground and like recruits, his demeanor, like almost bipolar, just drops. And he is very quiet and introverted throughout the entire walk back to the bunk, and then he seems to be quite closed off when you talk to him, as you see there. Anyway.
I guess it's time for us to just keep our heads down, but clear, and await instruction. Because we don't have the clearance to go and speak to Mert. And I'm not interrupting Tarto right now. She's got more important things to deal with.
Is the bunk officer around?
Ryback. He is about, yeah.
I'm going to go see Ryback.
Okay.
Essentially just ask if I'm allowed to go out and walk anywhere.
I would say if you want to get a bit of fresh air, there is the patio garden on the refectory.
Sounds like a nice evening. May I be excused to the refectory? Thank you. And I'll have a wander out towards the refectory.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
You're gonna what? Sorry?
I'm gonna get me a cat.
You're going to get a cat?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Please describe what you are doing in this time then.
Cool. So I'm literally just gonna be performing the Find Familiar ritual. And I'm gonna try and bring forth a black cat. It looks like a generic black cat, I guess. Nothing special. Just a cute little pet.
Okay. So yeah, you gather up the items for this ritual. You take like a mess tin to put the components into, start the small fire. And then as the fire burns, it turns into a silvery, shimmering flame, and the flames just flare up and then straight back down, and out of the ash at the bottom, there's just this teeny tiny little cat looking up at you.
Oh man, in all of my plans, I didn't come up with a name.
We'll get back to you on that. Celestial, what are you doing at this time?
She is going to go and sit on her bed for a while because she doesn't know what to do and it was unexpected. And she's trying to think of not necessarily a plan, but just what to do next, because this all got a little real suddenly.
Yeah.
So she's going to go and do that.
Lovely. And Harumph, we will come over to you as you are making your way through the refectory and head out to the patio area. You see night is starting to come in. You can see genuine starlight shining down on you as the fresh air, for the first time in a good few days, finally hits you. There are, a few trees out here, a few bushes, some stone benches and things. The wind is just gently moving the leaves. And then there's a slight rustling sound that you can hear in one of the bushes.
As I come out into the space, look around to see if there's anyone else in the garden.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception check. And our survey says it's a 12.
Yeah, there's nobody out here. There's no other students or any of the staff out here?
He kind of walks into the garden a bit, and then as he gets to a kind of like boiling point, he just stops and kind of roars to the sky. And then after doing that, feeling a bit stupid, he gets down into like a crouch on the ground and starts just with his fingers drawing runes into the ground and muttering a prayer to Ulman Allfather for some sort of guidance. That's about it.
Okay. You noticed it first when you stepped out. That there was this rustling sound. Then, after you roared, there was a tiny whip of movement. As you're sat down, curiosity seems to have gotten the better of it, and a small fox is just cautiously stepping towards you.
I immediately try to kind of clear my body language of anything threatening. I will sit down in cross-legged fashion and I open a hand and then cast Good Berry to summon berries, and then just kind of throw one onto the ground as if like not paying attention to where I'm throwing it, and then just throw them casually in a couple of dots around in front of me.
And this fox will sort of look at you for a bit, just sort of frozen in space. Goes towards one of the berries, gives it a sniff, picks it up, looks back at you. Goes over to
It
one
is
of
safe,
the others.
little one.
Goes over to one of the others and starts eating that, looking at you again. Starts to move into the ones that you've thrown a little bit closer to you. Till it eventually finishes eating them all up and then comes towards you, kind of expectantly.
Do you need a friend to... I'm assuming you do. Most friends of mine get hurt eventually, so you're welcome to stay, but do not hold anything against me. And I'll just scratch the top of its head.
And it just like one eye just closes. And it just looks at you.
We should go check on the other ones then, little kite. Come on. And then I will get up and wander back towards the bunk.
And it will follow you.
Excellent. Welcome to my Beastmaster. This is Hailey, who is my companion, spelled Hailey. And yeah, she's a fox.
Nice.
Other.
Better not eat my fucking cat.
I have just fed it 8 days worth of food because a good berry lasts you a day. It's not going to eat. It kind of waddles in.
Wonderful. So you head back inside. Where, like, you know, everyone seems to have their pets. Feel bad for Celestial now. It's fine, you've still got adventures.
Yeah, I don't need pets. I always have pets in D&D. I'm fine.
You can borrow my cat.
Thank you.
I
Borrow the cat.
She's for puzzles.
I will, noticing this, do like an awkward... Oh, I forgot something. I'm going to wander out towards the refectory again and try to find just like a large kind of like branch or something I can take off a tree and spend the evening trying to whittle something.
Okay. Yeah, Yeah, you're not going to have to roll for that. It's easy enough to find wood when there's trees.
Yeah.
Excellent. And yeah, I'll try and whittle like a little bird or something, like a little model sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you rolling on that. That's just too nice.
And then after you,
Getting all
please.
sentimental in here. Oh, I just have to blow my nose.
Something you will notice, and I've already done it on my face paint. In the morning, though, if we have anything else beforehand, please do interject. But in the morning, you'll notice that because Harumph has had 3 tattoos of stitches down his face and across his cheeks, you notice that the 2 across his cheeks have got kind of somehow merged into runes on his cheeks. He doesn't know this. But they have changed, and also he will kind of just awkwardly kick Celestial if she's asleep. What's your pet?
What? What pet? What?
And he holds out a crudely carved like starling. This is Bud. It may look like something else. I don't know. I'm not very good with knives. Now we all have pets.
For the purposes of this game, Bud looks like potato. What is Bud?
Told you, carving not very good.
Fantastic.
I love him.
Oh, no, I know what I would have called in. Rather than starling, I'd have done it as a doar.
Yeah.
Oh, really annoyingly, across the room, I've got a cuddly penguin that if I'd have known this was going to happen, I could have...
Next episode, Cuddly Penguin.
I just grabbed what was next to the bed, and it turns out to be a cuddly potato.
Fantastic.
It's a dwarf. Badly carved, but we love it.
Lovely. So it is the morning, and the bells awaken you as normal, and then you have your time to go and grab some food. As you are making your way to go and get some food, you notice Mikan with a small bandage just on his head, and he is walking towards you and holding a note.
Hi, Mikan.
Morning. I was instructed to bring this to you.
How are you feeling today?
Honestly, I've been better.
Yeah, I think we all have.
But there's work to be done, so...
Oh, ask you to give note, sorry.
Yeah.
Bosun Tato.
Okay.
Who wants to read the note?
I handed it to you, Celestial.
I will read the note. I open the paper. What does it say? Voice in the sky.
So the note says that you are to head to the Skydock, to the hammerhead ship called the Flighty Foundling.
Ooh.
For an urgent mission. Tell no one else.
Called the Flighty what?
The
Foundling.
flighty foundling.
Wow.
Completely lost my pen, and rather than get up and try and find it to make notes, I'm just relying on you two for this episode.
As long as I'm in the scene, you'll get a note. Yeah, cool. I will.
I will obviously immediately show the note to these two.
I will
But
grab a
just-
sausage sarnie and head out.
Yeah, let's go find a ship. Woo!
Lovely.
It's another hammerhead one, and I'm great at flying those.
As you grab your food to go, Harumph, you notice that Petty Officer Winston Ryback is not the one serving food today.
Oh,
Morning, Jace.
No!
Jace turns around with a hairnet on, a lovely pair of pink like rubber gloves, and just glares at you.
Don't worry. All debts are paid. And I will head off. Not being, I'm not trying to rub it in or anything like that. I'm just being very matter of fact.
And then he's tapped by one of the co-workers there, a plasmoid who is attempting to move through with a large vat, basically, of porridge. And he just looks like he's having the best time.
What is a plasmoid?
So a plasmoid is
An
a
amoeba.
kind of, yeah, it's... Think of something with no bones. It's basically jelly.
Do
Like,
you remember Osmosis Jones?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we're talking like that.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to get a good picture in my head and realised I didn't know what one was.
I haven't thought about that in years.
Actually,
Good times.
it's probably a good thing that you did ask, Emma, because there will be listeners like us that won't know what it is either, so that would
Yeah.
help them too.
It's like somebody else needs to know what this is, I'm sure.
Exactly, and that's what we're here for.
Would you like to know more? Yeah. Doing all the film references now.
What friend?
So you make your way to the Skydock, and the ship that is there, the Flighty Foundling, is being loaded up as you arrive. And you see that Ryback is there with some barrels that he is carrying up onto the ship. So as he's carrying them, it's, you know, just the usual sort of supplies. He's got some food there, and then obviously has the most important thing, which is the kegs of beer.
Yes.
As you look on the kegs of beer, you can see the logo on them. You know that these are ones that are served at the tavern on the Academy grounds. And you can see that there is a good beer Portobello and a good beer Shantar Ale.
Love it. Yeah! Steve, do not do that gesture. This is
So
I could have had him in the fucking sunlight caverns or whatever it was.
So yeah, the stuff is there being loaded up, and Bosun Tarto sees you there. You do realize as well, though he has been quiet, that Micken did actually make the journey along with you.
Oh.
And Tarto says, "Good morning, and I apologize for the abrupt start to your day, but we are in need of materials to repair the simulations deck, and once again, I do not know who I can trust within the Academy. So, it is you who I have come to. I need you to recover an adamantine meteor that has struck the spire of Hakatha.
Jesus Christ.
He's
So,
writing.
you're going to recover it. The bad news is that Hakatha is populated solely by beholders and their kin. The good news is that an empty tyrant ship drifts above Toril, waiting for you to crew it. Though you'll need to install a spelljamming helm on the command deck to make the ship fly. Traveling aboard this beholder vessel, you should be able to reach the spire without attracting the unwanted attention of other tyrant ships patrolling Hakathan's space. We'll drop you off with Petty Officer Winston Ryback, who will ensure you don't go hungry. He'll command the deckhands, Micken Haverstance, Cricklet, she points over to a Thry-Kreen, and Fred. She points to a plasmoid who is there, no facial features whatsoever, no uniform to speak of, except for just an orange neckerchief. And that is Fred, spelt P-F-F-R-E-D. You'll need to identify who among you is in command of the mission, as well as who commands the ship. A word of warning, the tyrant ship is made of stone, so don't try and land it in water. You'll sink like a rock.
Personally, I think Yaura should be in charge.
You both. You're both dead to me.
I said nothing. I was busy writing a note about all the people that we're going to
You
kill.
were screaming in the group chat earlier.
Oh no, there's no scheming. It is just going to be a whim in the middle of nowhere. I may have a fleeting moment of heroism, and you need to be in the way.
I'm more than happy for you to be Spelljammer this time. That's it.
Be happy to be Spelljammer.
I think, if I may be so bold, that we nearly had the right combination. Only you couldn't fight your way out of a paper bag, Celestial.
No.
Your acrobatics have several T's in it. Your strength was subpar. I think you have all the makings of a captain. You sit around and do nothing and ask us all to do everything, right?
Do that.
I reckon, if I may be so bold, my shipmate, we have Georg as a spelljammer. Micken will plan to assist you with anything you might need, because he's a very intelligent man, and I will be busy doing ropes. That is what I would go. It was what I was thinking for the entire simulation. I shouldn't be allowed to be leader. This is that was silly.
Yes. Happy to, if you think it would be the best idea, Captain.
Oh no, shipmate, captain.
Captain.
I certainly think you're more level-headed than Harumph, maybe.
I don't think I am, okay.
I'm gonna crouch down and go. I am quite flat-headed when I shave. It is a funny skull.
Did you not see me repeatedly ramming the other ship?
Yeah, you did brilliantly, captaining the ship previously. You see, out of the two of us, I left the ship. That's Rule 101. I'm going to pull like an invisible book out of nowhere. I'm going to be like, Rule 101 of captaining, don't leave the ship. It doesn't have autopilot, technically.
Someone else in charge before you left, so therefore that's good captaining. You shouldn't just abandon
While
ship.
going on, Giaruk's just gonna look at Micken and be like, she's gonna be like, yeah, whatever.
We should probably grab the rest of the supplies a minute and get on board. Tato
Yeah.
doesn't look too happy. You can see that she is just like the last of her cigar is just being ground to dust.
Sorry, Tato. You are dropping recruits into the most highest ranking roles that you need us to do. Sorry, you're having a bad day.
Do you say that?
Don't make him mad. Why would
I
you
think if I noticed it, he would. He would just like, day one, Tato, I said this was a bad idea. And day one, you have come to me with nothing but problems.
You sound like you're doing the Godfather. Why are
Come to
you...
me on the day of my...
Giarik,
like antagonizing Tato?
Celestial, Micken, get on the ship. Harumph,
Yes.
a word.
Oh,
Go on, Captain.
he's still coming with us, right?
Bye, guys.
Steve is no longer playing Spelljammer.
He is playing the weird mermaid on the front of the ship.
As the others will carry on, Tato waits for you to be out of earshot and then speaks to you, Harumph, and says, "You know that I am very grateful of the services that you have done for the Academy and for the uniform. However, since you arrived, things have changed within the Academy. I want to ensure your safety and be able to ensure that nobody tries to pin anything onto you. If you are not here and another attack happens, then you are very much in the clear."
Oh, it's like that.
It is
Tato,
like that.
Tato, if we're speaking plainly, since I've come to this shit show of an academy, I have seen nothing but you have allowed contraband. You have allowed low-ranking people from the squalors of Waterdeep to run your entire academy. We all know Mert's real name, and it is not just the old wolf. We know where he was in the Undermountain. We do not need this flagrant patronization from people who seem to think they are higher than the branch on the tree they are. I am so sorry that since someone who actually gives a shit has turned up at your academy, things have changed. You have been left in a bad place. But at the same time, I have had to look after two people to make sure that they do not get hurt by your inadequate. Captain J should not have been allowed to perform what he did as long as he did. And yes, you may not have known, do not have eyes everywhere, but you are a high-ranking member of this academy. I hope that there are no attacks on the academy whilst we are away, but at the same time, as none of the people doing it are there, I can't say that. And I'm not even going to wait, I'm just going to walk towards the ship.
And she will just watch as you leave. Sighs deeply. And turns on her heel to walk away. Now then, if everybody is all ready and prepared, hope everyone had a nice filling breakfast. Don't worry if you throw it up when we get out into Realmspace. I can always refill your bellies afterwards. And with that, the flighty foundling takes flight.
We decided to captain, by the way.
It's okay. You will have the journey, which is happening at the minute. There is a crew for the flighty foundling itself, as you will just be dropped off at the tyrant ship.
Whilst we're doing that, I am going to pull this to one side. I'm into the chat. So all the three of them to one side. You may have noticed before we left, some terse words were shared between myself and Bosun Tato. I would like you to know that we are currently suspected for the problems that have arisen in the academy.
Yes. We haven't done anything.
Essentially not Micken, sorry, I just wanted to introduce you because you may be harboring fugitives.
I mean, why am I in trouble? Is that why I'm here?
I think we're in trouble. You've just been sent to keep an eye on this sort of thing.
Should you be telling me this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're playing both sides.
Yes, I'm playing both sides, so I get what I want either way. Micken, I'm trying to be honest with you because I think that the problem is everyone is just using double-edged swords and flattery words, and nobody's just saying what they mean, and it's very frustrating, and I'm tired. And the last time this happened, an entire city burned around me, so let's see if that happens again.
Do we do?
Micken will look at the others to see if they know what he means about a city burning.
We've never asked questions.
And he also does not have the confidence to ask questions.
We presume has some backstory that's deep and traumatic, and we've chosen not to ask him.
I'm playing a range of a rogue background.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, fair. That can only be that.
I grew up on the streets. Anyway, my parents were killed in front of me whilst I killed them myself.
I think what Harum is trying to say, and very emotionally not getting there, you're one of us, Micken. We're not bad people. We are not responsible for anything that happened, and we do with an ally that we trust. And you're one of us. That's how we see it.
Thank you. I won't let you down. I hope. So before the ship docks, have you picked your captain?
It's me. Very adamant about it.
You were struggling with if we could go to schools alone and schools. He has the former in both athletics and acrobatics.
Yeah, he's very much better place at that. I struggle. But we made a decision. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
But our captain's allowed to ask questions if they don't.
Yeah.
For the honest questions.
Okay, Emma. You did a really good job in when Steve landed you in the shit last time. So, has
It's needed.
It's just slightly soft. Taking the water out of my collar because it's really hot. Yes, I will be captain. I will be captain. I will do you proud to be the previous captain.
Lovely. So, with that, the Flighty Foundling docks alongside the Tyrant ship, which looks like a gigantic stone-carved beholder floating in orbit above Turrell. You're dropped unceremoniously into the Tyrant ship's cargo deck, along with a crate of supplies.
On the hole at the top, which just shows that's how powerful.
I mean, let me send you that through. Let me switch you over. We'll switch over
Oh, that's
so that the audience can see. And here we are. This is the Tyrant ship.
Oh.
So there are some notes that are on it. These have been put onto a map that you were given by Petty Officer Winston Ryback. So you have this navigational map, crate of supplies, and a shiny new Spelljammer helm. Ryback pulls up the rear wearing a backpack laden with cooking implements, and pots clang and clatter as he turns and waves goodbye to the Flighty Foundling, which has already set a course back to the Academy. So, yes, here you are in this wonderful ship. So, yes, you are in the cargo deck. I know, it's pretty good. So, yep.
Are we near one of the access?
Let me just double check. Let's see. So, yes, you would be. Well, you're in the. I have to double check which version of the map that I've given you now. Because of course yours isn't numbered. Why would they do that? You are literally you see where it says cargo deck?
Yeah.
You are in the that big circle just above it.
Okay.
And this thing is just carved out of stone. It is a very eerie place to be in. At this point, I should also talk you through your massive list of equipment that you might want to know about. So, you have got a climber's kit, and that is 1 per character. Hammers, 1 per character. You have 100 pitons. There are 500-foot lengths of hempen rope. 2 mess kits. A portable cooking surface. Honestly, there's so much for this. Just food and drink. There are 2 barrels of water. There is a keg of good beer Portobello, a keg of good beer Chanterelle, 5 flasks of cooking oil, 2 chests containing fresh foodstuffs, a chest containing 150 days of rations, 5 lanterns with continual flame spells cast on them, which is currently what is giving you light in here. There is a half cord of pre-cut firewood, 10 potions of healing, each one is in a metal flask, and a sending stone, which Bosun Tarto has the other one.
Wow, okay. That's quite what it is.
Well, the idea here is you've been dropped off with this equipment, and then you will be making your way to an alien world. You might want some food.
Oh, I think the reasoning behind it is just very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
I want a character. Is that including Micken and
Micken, Micken, Fred, Cricklick, and Ryback.
Cool. I can get all our bags.
Yeah, you've got all of your own equipment as well.
Cool. Because that would have been all communication. Just went straight from first and off.
Don't worry. You've got all of your gear on you.
I like to think I had it, but then we went to TV and watch and just get it every day.
But it takes with the urgent, so.
I mean, you knew that you were going to a spelljamming ship, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You would have known. Probably grab your stuff. You might be going off world.
If you guys go to 2 ships, you get the space station one we put it in our maps and chew it.
Just the chewy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the D&D equivalent of that, which is actually it's a mimic, and it just eats the food out of your mouth.
That's weird. I like it.
Now, I take the words working. D&D, it's just a really long mimic. It's a part of the world mimic. Coming soon to a one-shot near you.
I think we need to have that one shot.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
If we have any listeners that can draw, please don't. Don't draw that.
You could send it to me personally.
Seems like
You could make posters in June with it as well. Maybe.
So yeah, you need to, your instructions. You got to take that spelljamming helm, and you've got to go and install it on the command deck.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
That's
that seems easy.
Oh, we all just climbing.
Fantastic.
Second question. What is gravity plane?
Fantastic! I'm so glad that you asked. The gravity plane on here, bear with. It runs midway through its spherical mass. That means that when you're standing in any given room, where you're standing in any given room can change depending on the deck you happen to be on. For example, the floor of the holodeck is the bowl-shaped surface nearest the command deck. It flips around because beholders can float.
We have access shafts rather than actual stairs.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Access shaft and much better idea.
If you'd like to see more, go to a focus guide on monsters and check out the beholder's letter section.
So, which way are you heading?
Yes. So you're in the card deck and the circular bit just above where it's card deck, right?
Yep.
So we can either go a level over into or the right one and go up the access shaft to the hollow deck. I have a preference over left or right.
That's a question, Captain. How do you see the spell account?
Yeah.
Let me double check. I think I would just have that information available, wouldn't you?
Or just improv it.
It might be important.
We never care about the weighty things, and now suddenly they're important. Construct an anchored rope ladder in one of the access shafts.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Really helpfully, it does not list how heavy it is. So, how heavy is a chair?
Depends how big is the chair.
Well, if it's like a wooden chair, is it made of wood? I'm doing like a rocking chair sort of thing, or is it more stone?
Because it's one that is being installed by the Academy, it will be made of wood.
It's going to be pretty hefty.
But also, if I have a thing that says I have a powerful lifter, it means I can lift something like a large character.
Yeah,
that's going to be.
It means you'll be able to quite easily hoist that up because you don't skip arm day.
What I was thinking was, can I tie it to my back and climb up the shaft?
Yes, you can. But as you are looking at the shaft, you see that you're damn right. You see that the surface is entirely smooth.
Oh.
It is a very, very smooth shaft, hence the need for a ladder.
Pigeons.
And also my ship in the shaft.
Okay, cool. So smooth shaft. And hang on a minute. I remember it's going to do something stupid.
Fantastic.
A rope not understanding gravity is going to try and essentially start climbing the access shaft. And see if he can at any point stand in the shaft.
Okay. Make an athletics check for me.
He's basically going to try and do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stand back and watch him do it.
Athletics check.
Yep. Have you got the chair on you? Okay.
Before the chair.
Okay. How about on a 1?
It's a natural 1. So a 5 altogether.
Okay, fine. So yeah, you start. We're talking like you've seen Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Starts trying, and then just slides down.
The emotional block that is stopping me.
Okay. You can try overcoming your emotional block and try again.
Does anyone have any stand? Or like the son of my rival or something.
No. But you can
I didn't Taco have a son.
don't aggravate Tato when you need to.
Taco can't hear me in space. In space, Taco can't hear you screaming.
I refuse to believe that we have fully escaped Tato's realm at the minute. I would not be surprised to find out that we have all been bugged.
But as I've already pointed out, Captain, I'm being completely open and honest with everything I say. So if Ryback or Fred or I've written it down, Cricklet, overhear me say anything,
Yes.
they're going to overhear me say things that aren't mutinous.
Fred
Yeah.
is watching all of this unfold, and then you see that he just puts his arm into the equipment pack, gets a load of the pitons, puts his other arm in, gets a load of the pitons, slides up the wall, and just starts tacking them in. And just keeps sliding up until he's just a very, very thin bit with a neckerchief, and then just ping, elastic pings its way up into the upper deck.
Goodness, we had a plasmoid.
I mean,
There
I
is
had to
a-
know that's a big bag.
There is a bard somewhere on the or maybe an artificer somewhere down on the planet that is telling us that we should not judge a plasmoid's ability to climb a tree somewhere.
We should
But
know.
they would be wrong because plasmoids can climb better than we. Anyway,
Okay.
Gonna climb up.
Yeah. Let's climb up. Thank goodness for the plasmoid. The plasmoid has brains. Well done, Fred.
I mean, I was fully waiting for him to finish doing his stuff, and then I was going to be doing that. So without the catapult elastic.
Yeah, without that bit.
So if everyone can go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage to climb up.
Athletics.
16.
14.
17.
Okay, yep, you all make it up absolutely fine. Mikan does not and is still sliding down.
Mika, no!
-2, like, modifier, so...
I will come back down and let him piggyback on me.
Okay.
We have enough rope to tie each other together in a let's climb Mount Everest fashion.
Never do
Perfect.
that. It means everyone falls. It's stupid. I'll let only one die.
So you make your way up to the hollow deck.
Yes.
Not to be confused with a hollow deck.
No. The hollow deck.
And that is where we will end
Yes.
today's episode. So thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you all for playing. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for any videos and notifications to come through to you whenever our next adventure drops. If you are listening to us in any of the audio formats, don't forget that you can leave us a review. It's a completely free thing that you can do, and you'll be an even cooler kid if you do it. Yeah, that's gonna do it from us. Keep a weather eye on the horizon. Watch out for flapping Dwar and giant ships made of stone somehow are able to achieve escape velocity?
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm not a science guy. All I know is, all who want to say bye, say bye.
Bye.
Bill, no.
Bye.
Bye.